Hi Dees, how are you? It's August 30th, and I'm here at my home in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and I just wanted to reach out to you. I know that a number of you have gone into the course. I know that some of you have actually done a little bit of work in there, so that's like super terrific stuff in the preview week. But the good thing is that starting at midnight, we go for good here, and the course is off for real. So I just want to encourage you to begin work and doing it in earnest. And I know that this will be a challenging course. I think all for good reason though. I think the results are going to be something special, and you're going to have something that you can leave the course with, an artifact that's going to be of value to you. So that's an exciting thing. A couple things I just want to remind you about. One is that in the first week we got a few things. We have the pre-assessment. That's really important because I'm going to use the results of the pre-assessment to kind of steer how we're going to manage the project. So make sure you do that. The second thing is we have the voice thread. We want to create an element of collaboration right away, and that's a good one. We introduce each other, get friendly with one another, and hopefully create a social piece to it. So there's that. And then the last thing is, of course, the syllabus. I want us all to be really familiar with the elements of the syllabus. I want to see if we can kind of mitigate any of the confusions that may occur ahead of time, so we're not in the middle of trying to get our work done at the same time, having some misconceptions or misunderstandings about some of the logistical matters with the course. So go in there. It's got like I said, the quiz attached to it, and so with that, we're going to be assessing the important elements of the syllabus, and of course that cuts to the core, of what we do as IDs, right? We have a certain set of objectives or goals or whatnot, and we're going to assess those with some kind of an examination or assessment, a formative assessment or a summative assessment, and that's exactly what that is. The things that I'm assessing you on in there are the things that I find important, that we should consider to be important. So be thinking about that. And my goal here is I want to just introduce you to this whole idea of efficacy. This is a module 1, and I mentioned it briefly last week or in the last recording. But I want us to just kind of get a full-fledged idea of what we're talking about when we're talking about efficacy. Efficacy, what is that? Well, efficacy is asking ourselves the question, are we getting the desired results of whatever we're doing? So we're going to be asking ourselves that with online learning. Is online learning rendering the desired results that it was intended when it was rolled out? And so that's kind of important. So I want you to be thinking about that, and that is a long-term question that we should be thinking to ourselves, over the course of this entire experience in IDN 532. It's one of those things where we're saying, are we getting what we want to get out of the online learning experience? And it bears those questions that again are provocative ones, and that is online learning as effective as face-to-face learning? Is it good? Is it better? Is it not as good? Is it about the same? What are some of the pluses and minuses of online learning? So we want to kind of keep those things in mind as we're developing our course and as we're going along here. You have a really unique perspective because you have these prior knowledge experiences with your learning, right? You've had experiences in face-to-face courses. Most of you, if not every single one of you, has had experiences in online learning as a student. Right now, you're going to be engaging in online learning as a course builder, as an architect of a course, as a developer. That's a pretty awesome perspective to be able to examine this question of efficacy. So keep that in mind as you're going through, and every single week be thinking about that, right? Is online learning got a future? Is what I'm doing make sense? What is the most effective ways and strategies and so forth of creating an online learning experience? Keep those in mind. The question of the future of online education and things like that, it's created a lot of opportunities. For me, it's where I'm working at Northeastern and in Boston and the things that we're doing, it's created opportunities, right? But there are some institutions, quite honestly, that are a little at risk. You know, online learning is truly been a disruptive thing in education, right? For good or for bad. Some of it has been good, but for some, for instance, I keep thinking about the small New England colleges, right? Are those going to be able to survive if they're not embracing online learning? It's a very interesting question. Those smaller institutions and so forth are very expensive, and can they remain competitive, you know, so to speak, with some of the larger research institutions that are embracing it? So again, there's another, you know, one of those types of issues that we need to consider. That's that, and I want you to get you thinking about that. And the last thing is, I just want to kind of review our checklist for the week. We got I think we listed as the what to dos, or the checklist for the week. I forget exactly what I called it on the page, or the module page, module 1. But it's a listing of things, and it's meant to be a checklist basically. I just want to throw those out to remind you, and here they are. So we do have the pre-assessment. We have the syllabus and the syllabus quiz. We do have the Who Am I Wiki, not the Who Am I Wiki, but the Who Am I voice thread. It was originally going to be a wiki. I changed my mind. So it's going to be that. We got the readings. We have the lecture piece that's in there, and that's also get concept checks that go along with it. Those, you're going to see those just about every week, the concept checks, and those are formative assessments, and we'll learn what those are as we go along. And then, of course, there's this discussion that's going to be investigating some of the pluses and minuses of online learning. Once again, I hope you have a tremendous first week. This should be really good. If you have any questions, of course, you can go up and pound the Q&A forum and ask the questions of your classmates. Of course, if it's something that's directed to me, feel free to email me. But if it's something that can be answered by the rest of the class, you know, it's more efficient if it goes up there on the Q&A forum. And I'll of course be monitoring that too myself. But it's, you know, it's good if you can hear from your classmates, in my view. All right. So have a great week, and I will see you online. And farewell from beautiful Plymouth, Massachusetts. Bye bye.